The Goslings come into tonight's game with a 6-7 record. That's good for fourth place in the Badger South Conference. They're going to have their hands full tonight. Earlier, the JV Goslings beat Monona Grove 52-46 in a hard-fought overtime battle. The varsity, I'm afraid, is going to have a much tougher time going up against the Silver Eagles. Monona Grove, as I mentioned, ranked 6th in the state. They've got 4 scorers in double figures, led by Jake Schrockenthaler, one of the best scorers in the state, one of the best big men in the state. Jake averaging just over 19 a game. I don't have any stats for the last game against Mount Horeb, but we'll pretend that all the boys scored their average, and so nothing changed, right? That was the Badger South Challenge last weekend when they beat the Mount Horeb Horribles 62-59, a tough game there. Monona Grove averaging almost 82 points a game, outscoring their opponents on an average of 20 a game. So if this goes by the script, you'd expect them to have an easy time of it. It'll be interesting to see. The Goslings, not a lot of height on their side. Their tallest starter, let's see here, Noah Jesuritz is 6'5", Trevor Teets is 6'4", but after that it drops off really fast. They don't have a good guard taller than 6 feet. Silver Eagles, of course, have a pretty good sized front line and decent sized guards. They've had a lot of success this year against smaller teams. Really, the only team they haven't had success against is the Stoughton Vikings, their lone setback on the season. Well, these two teams met earlier this season. Silver Eagles, of course, victorious in that one, December 1st in Watertown, beating the Goslings 86-61. A score like that would not surprise me. Teets leading the way for Oregon in that, or for Watertown in that game, as he has most of their games. Out of their 13 games, he's led, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Silver Eagles that night were led by Caden Nelson with 25 points. Jake Schrockenthaler had 14. Max Nelson had 11. So some balanced scoring for the Silver Eagles. The players that I think are going to be keys to this game are a couple of forwards, Jimmy Tomei and Sam Hepp. Both have shown the ability to score lately, and it's been fun watching these two evolve as the seasons wore on. Let's see. Tonight is the 23rd. It is dance team performance, and the pep band will be here. Pep band playing right now. We'll hear them throughout the game, and most likely the national anthem. The girls are on the road tonight as they travel to Madison La Follette, and it's really too bad. I wish I could have been watching that one, because most likely McKenna Warnock will become the school's all-time leading scorer for girls basketball. And it would not surprise me if sometime later this season or early next season she becomes the school career scoring record holder, boys or girls. She's over 1,300 points now and creeping up on Taylor Nelson's school record. I think is 1,393. I think she needs about 22 points tonight to overtake that. And coming up as we get closer to the end of the season, we're going to start chronicling Jake Schrockenthaler's quest towards 1,000 points. It's only a handful of MG boys have ever reached that plateau, and Jake is over 800. I think he might be close to 900. So we'll be counting down for Big Jake, as this is a momentous occasion. Like I mentioned, it's only happened a few times in school history, and one of them we've had the pleasure of watching his entire varsity career here. We're a few minutes later than normal in starting because of the JV overtime game, but we'll have this one coming up pretty quickly. The Silver Eagles, with just a one-game winning streak, they beat Mount Horeb, as I mentioned, 62-59 last Saturday. The Friday before that, they got beat by Stoughton to end their streak of 11 straight to start the season. Watertown, on the other hand, in the midst of a 2-game losing streak. Prior to that, they had won 5 in a row. They had been up and down early on in the season, but it looked like things were starting to gel for them. Then they ran into that machine called Kettle Moraine, and the Kettle Ringers, whatever Kettle Moraine is called, Trolls. Let's call them the Kettle Moraine Trolls. Beat Watertown 60-50, and then Sauk Prairie Eagles, that one I do know, beat Watertown 51-40. A little later in the game, I'll have a couple historical events to talk about. One is Watertown's most famous professional athlete. See if you can guess who it is before I mention him. And then, of course, we'll continue talking about the 69-70 MG boys season. The first MG high school basketball team to make the state tournament. And we'll run down the upcoming games as well. You're listening to WVMO LP, the voice of Monona. We're about 7.5 minutes away from national anthem and player introductions. Let's run down some of the other scores for the Watertown Goslings. I mentioned Trevor Teets. He's averaging 13 points a game. Ben Smith, one of their guards, 8.6. Alec Lauersdorf, let's see what position he plays. He's a 6-foot forward. He ought to match up well against Sam. He's averaging 8.5 a game. Noah Jesuits, I mentioned him before. He's 6'5", but averaging 7 a game. And then it starts to drop off. Corey Stotts, a little less than 7 points a game. Case Euler, 5 a game. Clayton Haas, 4 a game. They've got one guy that's only played 3 games this year, Dylan Fagerlund. You maybe remember that name from the football season. He was the second best quarterback in the Badger South Conference. Pretty good athlete. But like I said, the second best quarterback. You all remember who the best quarterback in the Badger South was, don't you? One of the best quarterbacks in the state, our very own number 4, Alec Ogden. Looking around, though, trying to see if I see him in uniform or not. I'm not picking him up right now. Hopefully he's all right. Get a chance to play tonight for us. For the Silver Eagles, led in scoring by Big Jake with 19 points a game. Caden Nelson just a tad under 18 a game. Sam Hepp averaging 12 a game. Max Nelson 10 a game. They've even got, after those top 4, they've got a good supporting cast. Jimmy Tomei's averaging almost 8 a game. Henry Houston has played really well this year, averaging 6 a game. Ogden with about 3.5 a game. Kyle Nett, Joey Scalisi, both about 3 a game. So they've got a fairly deep bench, and Coach Z not afraid to use his players. He'll go 8 in the first quarter, and sometimes I've seen him go 10 or 12 kids in the first half. Of course, they have had the luxury of some pretty generous leads going into the second half of the second half. You get that? Rather than saying fourth quarter, I said second half of second half. Yeah, I'm clever. If you like the jokes, please send me something on Facebook. Or if you don't like the jokes, well, sorry. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the Goslings have a bright blue warm-ups. I'm really, really hoping that their uniforms don't match the JVs. JV had black numbers with no border at all, no highlighting border, so it's impossible to read their numbers. If that's the case, accept my apologies now, as I won't be naming any of the players. Silver Eagles, on the other hand, with their vertically striped warm-up pants, have the best uniforms in the conference. Of course, I'm a little biased. That game against Mount Horrible, like I mentioned, I don't have any stats on the game except the final score. I'll try and dig those out. I would like to get some more information. Silver Eagles have had good success hitting 3-point shots this year. Unofficially, I've got Max Nelson leading the way with 23 threes, and Sam Hepp with 16 threes. Sam also leading the team in dunks. In fact, I don't know if anybody has any dunks aside from Sam, not that I've seen. And then Caden Nelson comes in third on threes with 11 of them. Henry Houston's got 9. So they got a number of guys that can shoot that outside ball. And then they've got Hepp and Tomei and Schrockenthaler inside. This is a strong team, one of Coach Z's strongest teams in years. And I'm really, really optimistic that they can take it into the playoffs quite a ways. The Goslings are coached by Travis Moulton in his 5th year. Coach Moulton, 32-59 leading or coming into this season. Last year they were 13-10 overall, 8 and 6th in the Wisconsin Little 10. Returns only the one starter, Travis Teets. Teets averaged just under 10 points a game last year, so he's picked it up a little bit. But Fagerlund, Jonathan Lehman, has only played a little bit, and one of their guards, Ben Smith, returning letterman. They've been in the Wisconsin Little 10 for years, but lost 4 starters, so they're in a tough hole here. Silver Eagles, on the other hand, should do well tonight against these guys. After tonight, they travel to Milton. Let's see, the Red Hawks record this year. Oh, that's right, Milton 0-7 in conference, 0-14 overall. Let's say there's a good chance for a win for that one. And then January 30th, we'll be back here on WVMO LP and on YouTube when the Silver Eagle boys take on the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks. Nope, that's Silver Eagle girls, I'm sorry. That's also Teacher Appreciation Night, so I'm hoping to drag in one of my favorite teachers. She is a current Monona Grove teacher, so we'll try and lure her down here. the boys' game after taking on Milton. They will travel to Westfield. No, I'm sorry, that's here in Monona. Boy, I'm all messed up looking at this schedule. That one won't be radio or TV. Or will it? Ooh, mystery. Then the girls travel to Watertown to take on their Goslingettes. I'm always amused by the female version of some of these team names. Here at Monona, they're all Silver Eagles. Cut them, they bleed blue. All right, Silver Eagle boys coming back out onto the floor after a quick locker room pep talk. We're a couple minutes away from player introductions. I mentioned the Watertown coach, the Silver Eagles, coached by Dan Zwiefel in his 21st year by my count. Coach Z, let's see, 42, 254 wins by my record, and 219 losses. Like I mentioned, this is one of his best starts, 12-1 on the season. We get a win tonight, a win against Milton, and we go to 14-1 before we wrap up the season with the last handful of games and hopefully roll in with a good seed in the playoffs. I haven't looked at the bracket yet to see who we've got. It ought to be interesting. All right, just to rest, so everyone can rest easily. Watertown has white numbers on those blue jerseys. I can read them. I can read them fine. If I mess up a name or a player, it's on me. It's not on the jerseys of the Goslings. All right, we're under a minute to play. Players will be called to the sideline shortly, and we'll get this game started. Like I mentioned, we've got the pep band and the dance squad here tonight. They'll be performing at halftime, so if you're watching on YouTube, stay tuned. If you're watching the radio, people quit doing that years ago. Get a TV. No. Tune into WVMO. The music is awesome. The variety is just incredible. I try to listen as much as I can, and I'm just amazed at the variety of shows that we have, and even the Americana music we play in between shows is pretty fun to listen to. All right, they're lining up. Please stand, kneel, take a seat. Whatever your conscience guides you for the national anthem. All right, the Monona Grove Pep Band with the national anthem, and we're ready for player introductions. Number 10, 5'9" sophomore, Cade Euler. Number 24, 6' senior, Ben Smith. Number 25, Noah Jesuritz, a 6'5" junior. Number 14, Clayton Hazy, a 5'11" junior. And number 22, 6'4" forward senior, Trevor Teets. That's Euler, Hazy, Teets, Smith, and Jesuritz. And now your Silver Eagles starting lineup. Six-seven junior, number 5, Sam Hep. Hep Miranda. 6'4" senior, number 23, Jimmy Tomei. 6'1" junior, number 2, Caden Nelson at one guard. The other guard, 6' senior, number 21, Max Nelson. And rounding out the starting lineup, big number 33, one of the all-time leading scorers here at Monona Grove, 6'7" senior Jake Schrockenthaler. So for the Silver Eagles, Nelson, Hep, Tomei, and Schrockenthaler. Silver Eagles with a good height advantage here. The Goslings start only 2 players over 6 feet tall. Silver Eagles start only 1 player as short as 6 feet tall. So we'll see Teets jump center against Sam Hep. Sam, quite a leaper. One of the stars of the football team. We've got 18 minutes on the clock. We've got a pumped up basketball. We've got plenty of seats if you want to come down and watch. Not a lot of people making the trip up from Watertown to watch this team play against the mighty, mighty Silver Eagles. All right, Hep against Teets. We're ready to go. The tip to Max Nelson, and MG will have the first crack at the basket. This is Caden right side. They go into the right corner to Schrock. Throws it away right into the hands of Teets. This is Cade Euler bringing it up. Now the Watertown team with a chance to get on the board first. Up high to Jesuits, left side Smith. Smith missing the 3. Tipped, rebound with Schrock. Max down the floor in a hurry. Or excuse me, that was Caden. Swings it over to Hep, back up top to Caden. Max for 3. Oh, nothing but net. That's a bad sign for the Goslings if Max gets hot. Hazy almost loses it coming across. Gets it off to Euler. This is Ben Smith, left side. Looking inside to Teets. Dump it down low, threw it away. No, bounce it off one of the Silver Eagles, and it goes out of bounds to the Goslings under their own basket. Cade Euler, the sophomore, will inbound. Euler averaging an even 5 a game. Gets it into Jesuits, who gives it to... they got Euler now. Forget about who had it before. They go up top for Teets. Right elbow. Nope. Rebound Hep. And we got a foul underneath the Silver Eagle basket. He's trying to get your attention. All right. I'm sorry, a little technical difficulty. Foul there on number 22, Trevor Teets. That'll send Jake to the line. Jake missing his first shot. Still scoreless. Or excuse me, 3-point lead for the Silver Eagles. Forgot Max's three-pointer. Now Jake with a chance to make it 4, and he does. His first point of the night. 4-0 Silver Eagles, 16:44 to play in the first half. This is Teets bringing it up against Tomei. Jimmy, he's looking pretty sharp with that haircut. Almost slapped that one out of bounds. They go cross court to Hazy. Hazy into the lane. Right hand layup. No. Rebound Max Nelson. Max, long cross court pass to Hep. Hep lays it up and in for 2. And a timeout called. 30-second timeout called by the Goslings, and it's a 6-0 MG lead. Nice rebound there by Max. He was looking to throw it down court right away, and Sam Hep streaking towards the basket. Didn't quite have enough of a lead on his defender to dunk it, but made it an easy layup for 2. 6-0, the Silver Eagles out to the early lead. All right. Euler will inbound for the Goslings once we come out of this timeout. Euler, one of 3 sophomores on the roster. They have only 4 seniors on the roster. Wow. He'll bring it up against Caden Nelson. This is Hazy up on top to Ben Smith. Ben trying to drive right side now. Dump it back to Teets. To Euler, faked the 3, now drive, no, give it back to Teets. Just inside the 3-point arc on the left side, no. Rebound Sam Hep. Sam with a couple of rebounds. The Silver Eagles look to run. They pull it back a little bit now. This is Caden Nelson. Loop it to Schrock. Jake, nice pass to Hep. Hep into the lane. Dump it back to Caden. Caden, little fake. Lays up the left-hander. No. Schrock with the rebound, slapped out of his hands, back to Caden. No, Jake again. Jake Schrockenthaler finally. Jake with 3 points. It's an 8-0 MG lead. Euler up top to Tietz for 3. Bounces around. No, that wasn't Tietz. That was Jesuits. 8-3, the Goslings on the board to start. Their first basket of the game. This is Sam Hepp on the right side. Sam looking for help, drives the baseline, whips it out to Max Nelson for 3. Can't get it to drop, and we're going to get Jake over the back. Called for the first foul against the Silver Eagles tonight. All right. Subs coming in, it appears. Who is this guy? Number 5, Corey Stoss, another 5'9" sophomore, taking Oilers' place. 23 out there, Alec Lauersdorf, a 6'4" or 6 foot junior. 15 in there, Peyton Foltz also. This is Stoss, Foltz, and Tietz on the right side. Into the lane to number 33, Ty Yankee. Yankee gives it off to Foltz. Cross-court pass. This is Foltz trying the left side against Caden. Thought better of it. Yankee from the free throw line. No. Rebound Jake. So they substituted everybody but Tietz. So far he's held scoreless. Caden Nelson, free throw line. No. Looking inside for Jake. Left hand hook. No. Tipped into the hands of Hepp. Hepp rims out the three-pointer. Schrock puts it up and in. Jake with 5 points to lead everybody. And it's a 10-3 MG lead. Now the steal slapped away. Tomei to the basket and draws the foul. Foltz called with the penalty, and that'll send Jimmy to the line for 2. Second team foul against the Goslings. And Tomei to the line. 2 shots coming up for the senior. Hits the front of the rim on that one. Got to get a little more arc on that. Those are the type you see late in the season in a long game. You got to get a little more arc there, Jimmy. Tomei's really played well in the last few weeks. There he makes 1. Now Ogden will come in, and who's going to come out? Jimmy Tomei. So Alec Ogden here after all. I missed him during warm-ups. All right, Foltz bringing it up for the Goslings. To Tietz, swinging around to the Lauersdorf. Back to Tietz up top. Tietz guarded by Ogden. Ooh, Hepp almost coming up with a steal there. They had him on Corey Stoss, and Hepp, a good 10 inches taller, almost stole that ball away. Obvious mismatch. Sam Hepp, despite being 6'7", can run with just about anybody in the conference. Sub for the Silver Eagles, haven't figured out who it is yet. Tipped, rebound Ogden. Caden Nelson will bring it up. Oh, it's Henry Houston in the game. Nelson missing that one. Rebound Ogden in the putback for 2. Alec Ogden with his first basket of the night. And it's a 13-3 lead. 13 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first half. This Tietz trying to go in from the left side. He'll step back, fall away jumper for 2. Tietz's first basket of the night. And only the second field goal of the night for the Goslings as we're 5 minutes into this game. Caden Nelson coming in right side. Wraparound pass looking for Ogden, and Ogden gets two quick baskets for Mr. All-State quarterback. Oh, and we're going to get a foul call at Henry Houston there as Foltz coming across the line took a bump. First foul on Henry, second team foul. Subs coming in, Max Nelson, Tomei, and Jaden Robinson. No, I'm sorry. Misread his number, Anthony Ellis Crail. I was looking at the shoes Anthony's been wearing some brightly colored shoes, and tonight it's just black. I'm disappointed. Corey Stoss dribbling off his foot, recovered by the Silver Eagles, saved from going out of bounds. Oh, nice effort there. Max comes up with a loose ball. Henry, left baseline for 2. Silver Eagles scoring on several consecutive possessions here, and they take a 17-5 lead. We've got a timeout, 12:15 to play in the first half. 17-5. And we're 5 minutes and 45 seconds into the game. 6 different Silver Eagles have scored already. And the Goslings held to a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer. They got to get something going here or they're going to have some real trouble. Okay, there's something going on in my head. All right. Timeout called here in action. I mentioned earlier, Silver Eagle JV got beat 52-46 in overtime. They were tied at 43. Coming out of the second half, Timmy Keys scored the first basket of overtime on a steal and a layup. Then later, Will Corbett hit a free throw, but that was all the Silver Eagles could muster in the second half, or in the overtime, as Watertown JV put together 13 points? 9 points. Not good maths. All right, Watertown will have the ball coming out of the timeout. Stas inbounding, and he'll dribble it up for the Goslings. Now runs into a double team. Oh, that was over and back, and the ref missed it. They get it to Alex Lapp on the left side. He'll slip it back to Tietz up top. This is Lauersdorf. Yankee looking for help, finds Lauersdorf. No good. Long 3 there. Rebound by Alec Ogden. Tomei will bring it up left side. Houston thought about the 3. Now he'll drive. Lays one up. Henry for 2 more. He had the basket right before timeout. Henry's got 4 points. Henry averaging 6.3 a game, so well on his way to topping that. Now we got 4 Goslings ready to come into the game shortly. Tietz off missing the 3. Stas hits it on the putback. 19-7, the Silver Eagles enjoying the lead. Max Nelson lays it up and in. No, missing on the layup. Drove the lane, had a right idea, but couldn't quite finish the play, and the Goslings rebound. All right. This is Alex Lapp, left side into the lane to Tietz. Kick it back to Lapp. He'll go right side, Corey Stas, the sophomore. Yankee hit the free throw line, handoff. Lauersdorf thought about the 3. It's Corey Stas up high. Tietz working left side all alone. They're trying to isolate him with Schrockenthaler, or Tietz, I should say. Silver Eagle defense doing a good job. They're not getting a look inside at all. Now they find Tietz. Out on the left side, he dribbled just inside the free throw line. Flip it out to Stas. Thought about the 3. He'll drive the right side, and he's fouled on the floor. Corey Stas, one of only 3 guys to hit a field goal for Gosling so far. He'll stay on the floor. No, he won't. He'll go and sit down as they bring in 5 players. Jeez. Messing with me. Sam Hepp, Jake Schrockenthaler, Alec Ogden, Anthony Ellis-Crail, and Austin Elmer in the game. Silver Eagles going big right now. Oh, there's Caden in there too. Who did I? Oh, I said Ogden. They got a similar haircut right now. Caden, the only true guard on the floor for the Silver Eagles. Dump it down low to 25. That's Noah Jesuritz. He has 5 points to lead him. It's 19-9. There's Caden coming in right side. Jaden Robinson. They got Caden back on the right again, into Schrock, back to Caden. He wants that 3, he'll take it. Rattles around and drops. Caden's first field goal of the night, and it's a 3-pointer. It's a 22-9 MG lead, 9:44 to play. Nice defense there by Jaden. 24, Ben Smith with the ball, working against Hepp. This is Euler again. Right side now is Clayton Haase back to Euler, who dribbled to the left. Goes into the left corner. Jaden Robinson all over him. Ben Smith missing that. Rebound Robinson. He'll bring it up himself. Coming up left side into the corner to Jake. He'll go cross court. Oh, and hit the back basket with his pass. He was looking for Sam Hepp in the opposite corner and hit the rim of the basket and then traveled with it when it came right back at him. I think he was a little surprised to see it rebound so sharply. 9 minutes and a little change before halftime. We're halfway done with the first half. Now Jaden, and a Gosling. Haase on the floor. No, that's Peyton Foltz. Possession arrow goes to the Goslings. Silver Eagles scrappers when it comes to loose balls and rebounds. They work hard for them. Now Euler will inbound. Up high to Tietz. Trevor Tietz. I can see why he was a starter last year. He's a good ball player. Euler just inside the three-point circle hits his first field goal of the night. Now Gosling's coming alive a little bit. 22-11. Caden Nelson bringing it up for the Silver Eagles. They'll drive in right side, dump it down low. That was Austin Elmer with the miss. Schrockenthaler getting the rebound and drawing the foul. He'll go to line for two. Jesuits called for his first, team third. Schrockenthaler to the line where he's 1 out of 2. There we go, friendly rims. Stas coming in for the Goslings. Tomei and Max Nelson in for Robinson and who is that? Elmer. Schrockenthaler's second free throw coming up. Also good, making it a 24-11 game. Schrock has 7 points already. Like I mentioned, one of the all-time leading scorers here at Monona Grove. MG pressure now, forcing the Goslings to work a little harder, getting it across. They do. Into the hands of Clayton Haase. Right corner, Tietz, miss. Rebound, Stas. Up top is Haase. Stas getting the rebound. That Stas is a hustler. Tietz. Noah Jesuits driving the lane, drawing the foul, missing the basket, but he gets to the line for 2. Jimmy Tomei called for his first foul. 4th team foul, so Jesuits shooting 2. Clang off the front of the rim. Clang, clang, clang goes the trolley. Can I sing show tunes? I think I can sing show tunes. Jesuits makes that one. He has 6 points. He's the lone bright spot in this first half for the Goslings as they trail with 8 minutes to play, 24-12. This is Hepp swinging around to Caden Nelson, the left elbow. Up top, Tomei. Right side is Max Nelson. He'll dribble the top and hand off to Caden. Caden drive the lane, looking for Schrock, and intercepted by Corey Stas. Who else? He's playing a great game without scoring a lot of points. Stas to Haase to Tietz in the left corner. Skip pass across to Haase. They go inside to Jesuits, and Jesuits gets fouled. I think they're going to call this on Caden, who was going after the ball and got a little bit too much of Noah Jesuits. Just the first foul on Caden. Let's see, Alec Lauersdorf coming in. He goes up top to Jesuits. Haase back to Lauersdorf, 3-ball, boom. Lauersdorf was looking for that one, ran to a spot, they passed it to him, and he made it a 24-15 MG lead. Max Nelson now, let's bust out and score some points here, boys. This is Tomei in the left corner, driving into the lane, kick it out to Caden Nelson for 3. In and out, rebound, Jake, the putback for 2. Jake with 9. 26-15, 6:57 to play in the first half. Lauersdorf Into the lane to Jesuits. Almost fouled. Almost lost the ball to Hazy on the left side. He'll dribble up to the top of the key. Back to Tietz. Back to Hazy. He'll go to the right corner now. Trying to drive the baseline. Down low to Jesuits. Jesuits gets the basket and the foul. Jesuits with 7 points. 8 points. Caden Nelson called. Max Nelson called for his first foul. Ogden will come in for Schrockenthaler. Jesuits 1 out of 2 from the line. Making the 3-point play there. And that makes it a 26-18 lead. 6:36 to play in the first half. Silver Eagles on top of the Goslings. A terrifying school nickname. Ogden into the lane. Leaner. Can't get it to drop, but draws a foul and will go to the line. Alec with 4 points already. Looking to add a couple more to that. He's averaging 3.4 a game. Having more success than that tonight. All right, the foul on number 23, Alec Lauersdorf, his first. Ogden's first free throw is good. Got to make your free throws, right? After a couple misses early, the Silver Eagles have hit, 3 or 4 in a row now? That's 4 in a row. And Ogden, breaks that streak. Rebound Jesuits. 6:20 to play, a 27-18 MG lead. They led by as much as 12, I believe. Stas for 2. And a timeout. What do we got here? All right, I heard a whistle, but it didn't really stop play. All right, 6 minutes to play, 27-20. Gosling's making a run at the Silver Eagles. We led by 12 and letting them back in the game here. Caden Nelson inside the circle. Max for 3. Boom! Max Nelson, his second 3 of the game, third for the Silver Eagles, and it's a 30-20 lead. 5:44 to play. Tietz, they swing it around to Hazy in the left corner, up top, Jesuits. Hand off to Hazy, trying to go right side. Stolen away by Hepp. Sam on the run. Up in the air. No. The putback by Ogden for 2. Right place, right time, right basket. 6-7 points for Alec Ogden. Stas now in the right corner. Swings it up top, and Tietz will dribble between the circles. They swing it around to Lauersdorf on the right side. Now back up top to Hazy. He'll try to go right side. Into the right corner to Stas for 3. Stas hits another one. Corey Stas, the sophomore, with 7 points in the first half. It's a 32-23 MG lead, just under 5 minutes to play. Now Caden Nelson will drive the lane, draw the foul on the floor. That'll be the 5th team foul, so no shooting yet. Stas called for his first foul. Corey Stas, pretty impressive. Tomei will come out and Houston will come in. Nelson, Hepp, and Ogden on the floor with Henry. Henry finds Ogden, 10-footer, in and out. Rebound Jesuits. Now Tietz will bring it up across the timeline. This is Fultz. No, excuse me, Hazy. Jesuits to Lauersdorf. To Stas, up at the top of the key. To Lauersdorf, left elbow. Back to Jesuits. Lauersdorf. They're moving the ball well on the outside, but not able to get any inside looks against MG. Jesuits thinking about the drive. Nope. Lauersdorf, he wanted that 3, but he had Hepp on him. There was no way he was shooting over Sam Hepp. Now this is Corey Stas on the right side, and they throw it away. You deny a team a good shot like that long enough, eventually they're going to commit a turnover. Player went one way, the pass went another way, and it's out of bounds. The Silver Eagles get it with 4:07 to play, 32-23, and just a 9-point lead. Not comfortable with just 9. Caden for 3, miss, rebound Jesuits. Stas, left side, up to the free throw line to Jesuits. Tietz on the left, Up top to Lauersdorf. Lauersdorf? Yeah, Lauersdorf. This is Stotts. Tietz playing a little keep away now. Tietz will take the long three off the front of the rim. Rebound, Caden Nelson. Caden on the run. He'll stop, give it to Max. Max to his favorite spot. No, he's going to drive instead. Kick it off. They swing it around to Hip. He'll drive to the free throw line and step back now. Good defense by the Goslings. Now Sam driving again, meets a host of Goslings. A gaggle, I guess they are. Max will try another three off the front of the rim and out of bounds. It'll be Gosling ball. That sounds like a new game, doesn't it? Gosling ball. Jaden Nelson, Jimmy Tomei, and Jake Schrockenthaler coming in for the Silver Eagles. 3:12 to play. The Silver Eagles still hanging on to that 9-point lead, 32-23. Can't quite put these guys away yet. They're playing tough. I give the Goslings a lot of credit. They're hanging tough against a pretty good team. Now this is Ozzy. Looking inside for Tietz. Cross-court pass. Stas back to Hazy in the paint. Turnaround one-hander. No. Rebound. Caden Nelson. Caden on the run again. Caden in from left side. Kick it out to Jaden. He'll go up top to Tomei. Left, right corner. Henry Houston can't save it from going out of bounds, and we're going to get a foul on Jaden Robinson. Jaden going after that ball. Ran into Hazy, to Stas, and That'll be a foul, Jaden's first, but the 7th team foul, which sends Stas to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. 24, Ben Smith coming back into the game. All right, Haas' first trip to the line. He is scoreless. I did it again, didn't I? Yep, there we go. Never fails. I mentioned the guy's scoreless, and he hits a shot. First free throw of the night for Haas. First points of the night. He cuts it to an 8-point lead with 2:40 to play. 32-24, Monona Grove on top. Haas' second shot. No, that's Stas, not Haas. All right, so Haas didn't make the basket, but Stas did. Both those free throws, 32-25. Tomei with the ball, dribbling between the circles. Trying to go left side. He'll come back up top. Looking for a little help here. Now driving from left side, lays one up. 2 points for Jimmy Tomei. Jimmy with 3 points on the evening. It is 34-25, 2:10 to play in the half. Corey Stas thought about the three. He'll go to Tietz up top. Tietz driving in, right side. A little jumpers, a little stop and pop, and Tietz good for 2. Tietz with only 4 points in the first half. Caden has it slapped out of bounds. It'll be MG ball with 1:53 to play. Hep and this Euler kid coming in. Jaden Robinson will sit down for the Silver Eagles, and Ben Smith will sit down for the Goslings. Smith just came into the game a minute ago. I don't know if he even touched the ball in a little bit of time he was in there. Tomei inbounding to Caden Nelson. Now back to Tomei in the right corner. Looking inside for Jake. Turnaround right-hander. Good for 2. 11 points for Jake. It's 36-27, 1:40 to play in the first half. Tietz, little spin move. They got to kick it out to Hazy up top. To Euler on the right or left elbow. Back to Hazy. Running off the screen. Looks inside, throws it away. Yes, the Goslings touched it last. It's MG ball. Max Nelson will come in. Who's sitting down? Yeah, it looks like Henry Houston will take a seat and catch his breath now. 1:24 to play in the half at 36-27 MG lead. Be nice to get this up and over 10 again. Caden bringing it across for the Silver Eagles. Caden having a great year, averaging just about 18 a game. Should undoubtedly be all conference. Max took a tumble there. Now Schrock will try a three. Oh, and he nailed it. The big man's first 3 of the year, I think. No, I've got him for 2 more. So Jake capping off the half with a 3 there. That makes it 39-27. We're under a minute to play here. Tietz Jesuit's trying to drive the lane. Now Euler finds his path denied. Looking for some help, finds Jesuits, who dribbled to the top of the key. Looking for some help, finds Tietz up on top to Euler. Stas to Jesuits. No, it's Hazy. Jesuits, or Schrockenthaler with the rebound. That was Tietz missing the three. Caden Nelson to Tomei in the corner, missed. 20 seconds left in the half. 25, excuse me. A little pick up to the pace here. Hazy to Euler, cross-court pass. And we get a foul against the Silver Eagles. That'll send Gosling to the line. Sam Hepp called for his first foul. No Silver Eagle with more than one foul. They're spreading it out. 8 different players with a foul. Now Corey Stas shooting the 1-on-1. He's a perfect 2 out of 2 from the line so far. And make that 3 for 3. (39-28) with 17 seconds left in the half. They can make it a 10-point game with this free throw. And they do. 4 straight free throws for the sophomore Corey Stas, and it's a 39-29 MG lead. Silver Eagles will play for the last shot against the press of the Goslings. This is Jimmy Tomei with the ball. Between the circles, lost the handle, picked up by Max Nelson. Max flipping it back to Jake. He'll try another 3 at the buzzer. Oh, off the rim. And that'll end the first half. The Silver Eagles with the 10-point lead, 39-29 over the Watertown Goslings. I'm Steve Martinelli. This is Silver Eagle basketball. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Welcome back to Silver Eagle basketball. Monona Grove boys leading the Watertown Goslings 39-29 at halftime. I'm Steve Martinelli, and the scoring in the first half, it was mostly dominated by the Silver Eagles, but a couple of Goslings having a nice night so far. Sophomore Corey Stas leading the way with 11 points for them. Noah Jesuits with 9 points. Their leading scorer on the season, Trevor Tietz, held to just 6 points in that first half. Goslings shooting well from the line, 6 out of 7 so far. The Silver Eagles not so good from the line, but almost 5 out of 7. They're led in the first half by Jake Schrockenthaler. 14 points for the big man, 7 for Alec Ogden, 6 for Max Nelson, 4 for Henry Houston, 3 apiece for Caden Nelson, Jimmy Tomei, and 2 points for Sam Hepp. Well, I promised to talk about the most famous athlete to come out of Watertown. As you know, several famous ones have come out of the MG programs here. Gabe Karimi, Jesse Vetter, Sonny Redders if you want to go back a few years. Most recently, my favorite, the Tornado, Torin Young. The Goslings can brag about a player well known for a mistake that he made playing big league baseball, Fred Merkel, the founder and owner of Merkel's Boner. The time is September 23, 1908, playing for the Giants against the Cubs for the pennant this is. Merkel was only 19 years old, the youngest player in the National League. He committed a base running mistake known as Merkel's Boner and earned him the nickname Bonehead. Bottom of the 9th inning, Merkel comes to bat with 2 outs and the score tied. At the time, Moose McCormick was on first base. Merkel singled and McCormick advanced to third. The next batter fouls with a single of his own, and McCormick trots home apparently with the winning run. Everybody starts to celebrate. The place goes nuts. The Giants win. Giants win. Giants win. No, the Cubs notice that Merkel went to the clubhouse without ever touching second base. The second baseman for the Cubs, Johnny Evers, noticed this, and getting the ball back, went to second base, appealed to the umpire. The umpire, Hank O'Day, called Merkel out since he hadn't touched the base. It was a force out, meaning the run didn't count. The run was nullified, the victory erased, and the game remained tied. Unfortunately, because there were so many people crowding the field, they had to declare it a tie and had to play a rematch. In that rematch, the Cubs won the makeup 4-2, winning the National League pennant based on Merkel's Boner. Oh, imagine that. You're a 19-year-old kid, and that's what you're known for the rest of your career. That would sting. Later on during some timeouts, we'll talk about the MG 69-70 team, but that's the most famous player, or most famous athlete to ever come out of Watertown, Fred Merkel. Didn't have much of a career with the Yankees or Giants, but he did something that will live forever in infamy. All right, starting the second half for the Silver Eagles, Big Jake, Caden and Max, Sam Hepp. Who else we got out there? Jimmy Tomei. Number 9, Manny Moda. All right, Watertown taking their time coming out of the huddle. They're coached by Travis Moulton, as we mentioned. All right. Jesuits, Smith, Teets, Euler, and 14, Clayton Haase. Silver Eagles start with the ball. This is Max. He'll give it off to Sam Hepp between the circles. Left side, Caden Nelson. Up top, Tomei swinging around to Max on the left side. They try to go inside for Schrockenthaler. Back to Max. Max saves it from going out of bounds and picked up by Euler. Gosling's on the break. Teets the layup and in. First blood drawn in the second half by the Goslings. Teets with 6 points. Remember, he's their leading scorer with about 13 a game. 13.2 to be a little more precise. This is Tomei. Into the lane, kick it back to Schrock. 18-footer, boom, baby. Jake showing some outside range. He has 6 points, 16 points now. He leads all scorers. And it's a 41-31 MG lead. This is Euler working against Max Nelson. Off the backboard, picked up by Max. Quickly ahead to Caden. Caden in from the left side, reverse layup. Gets the basket and the foul. Caden with a fairly quiet first half, only 3 points on a single three-pointer, but he'll have a chance to complete a three-point play less than a minute into the second half. A foul called on number 5, Corey Stoss. No, they updated 25, Noah Jesuits. Caden's free throw is good. 6 points for the senior guard, and it's a 44-31 MG lead a minute into the second half. Silver Eagles looking for their 13th win on the season. Watertown hoping to get back to 500. Smith in the corner, out to Teets between the circles. He'll give it to Euler, who dribble back up top. Cade Euler, one of several sophomores seeing action for the Goslings. Cade thought about the long three. Give it over to Haase on the left side. Now they go to Smith on the right. Smith inside to Jesuits. Move against Schrock. Spin move doesn't count. Doesn't drop. Rebound by Sam Hepp. Sam will bring it across. Max inside to Jake. Jake trying to push it up. Gets it to Jimmy, who handed off to Cade. Now they get it inside for Schrock. The hook, the basket, and the foul. Somebody in the crowd here unhappy with that call. That'll send Jesuits to the bench with his third foul. And 33 taking his spot. Who is that? Ty Yankee. Yankee scoreless in the first half. Hauersdorf also in. Yankee gets the rebound after the Schrockenthaler miss. Long pass. Hauersdorf picks it up in the corner. Three ball for three. He's got a couple of threes tonight. 46-34 MG lead. Caden, drive, bounce off Cade Euler, and Euler called for the foul. Euler's first foul. Silver Eagles inbound under their basket. Schrockenthaler to Cade Nelson, whips it inside for Hepp. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Larsdorf. Teets will give it to Euler. Runs into some trouble, but gets it across to Lauersdorf. Back to Euler up top. He wants that three badly, but they're not going to let him have it. Go to Teets, baseline from the left side for two more. So Teets with 4 quick points. He's got 8 on the game. Quickly bringing himself up to speed here. 46-36. Silver Eagles just can't shake these guys. Max Nelson to Caden for 3. No, they're going to give it to Jimmy. Look it inside for Jake. Jake with the move with the basket and the foul. I've got Jake for an even 20 right now. Ben Smith called for his first foul. Jesuit's the only one in the game with more than 1 foul, and he's got 3 of them. Now Jake will go to the line. And it's perfect. Yeah, I've got Jake for 21 now. Another good night for the big man, as he creeps ever closer to 1,000 career points. They whip it around, and that's Tomei comes up with the steal. Caden Nelson in from the right side, floats up the 10-footer, in and out, tipped by Jake and in over his head. All right, he's a good player, but that one was kind of lucky. You got to admit, 23 for Jake. 51-36, the Silver Eagles starting to put some space between themselves and the Goslings. Rebound Hep on the long three-point attempt. Sam will bring it up himself. Sam listed as a swing man, playing both guard and forward. He handles the ball very nicely. Now they look inside for Schrock. Backs in, no, hands it off to Jimmy Tomei for two. Silver Eagles found their groove now at the start of the second half. We're about 4 minutes in, and they're starting to put some distance between themselves and the Goslings. Lauersdorf almost stolen by Caden Nelson. Back to Euler to the free throw line. Smith for three. Nope. Rebound by Sam Hep. Hep on the run. Dumps it down low. Max Nelson for two. And we got a player down. This is Teets. He'll take a moment to tie his shoe. Let's see. Let's give Max that basket. He has 8 points on the night. It's 55-36, just under 14 minutes to play. Smith will come out, and Corey Stoss will come in. Smith hasn't scored a point yet. Stoss has really played well tonight. Like I mentioned, he's had 11 points in the first half. This is Euler, so they got sophomore guards on the floor. Lauersdorf. Long three. Nope, not that one. Nice swooping rebound by Stoss, and the putback for two more. That kid can play, I tell you. I'm telling you, folks. Caden Nelson, he can play a little too, as can Hep with the ball. He goes into the corner looking for Jimmy and throws it just beyond his reach, out of bounds. Gosling ball, 13:25 to play. A 17-point MG lead, 55-38. Lauersdorf coming back in. No sub, he was in. Who's this number 10 in the game? He gets one to drop. Cade Euler. 4 points for Euler. Max Nelson outside the three circle. Hep to the free throw line, back up now. Back to Max, one of his favorite spots at the left, and he shows why. Easy three for Max. Max with 11 points now. He's hit his average. Silver Eagles putting some space between themselves and the Goslings. Stas to Euler up top. Swinging around to Lauersdorf on the left, back up top to Euler. Lauersdorf a three, no good. Rebound, Big Jake. Made no doubt about that one. Ahead to Max Nelson, up the left side, cross court to Caden. Caden in the lane to Jake. Jake trailing on the fast break, gets the basket and the foul again. I've got Jake for 25 and number 26 coming up here shortly. Foul on 33, Ty Yankee. Jesuits back in the game with 12:27 to play. Jake a chance to add another point. And he does, making it 61-40. And a timeout called? Yes, it is. Let's talk about the 1969-1970 Silver Eagles. January 16th, Monona Grove taking on the Sun Prairie Cardinals in a battle of rivals. Sun Prairie had their hands full as they played their closest game of the year. The Cardinals were 7-0 in conference, hung in there against the Silver Eagles and beat them 72-64. The Cardinals of Sun Prairie played only 5 players, no substitutes in the entire game for Sun Prairie. Those 5 all scored in double figures. For Monona Grove, Tom DeRungs had 20 points as he hit 7 straight field goals at one point. Dick Patterson also had 19. Tough game for the Silver Eagles. DeRungs, this was all second half, hitting these 7 straight points, and Patterson got 9 in the fourth quarter in the comeback. But it was too little too late. Tom Joris also started in that game with 13 rebounds. Joris, one of their best players. I believe he was MVP of that team. And the Silver Eagles followed that up with a game against the Middleton Cardinals. Back-to-back games against the Cardinals. and they lost them both. Got beat by Middleton 57-48. Fouls hurt the Silver Eagles. In that game, Patterson led the way with, where is it? Oh, I lost it. I'm sorry. We'll be back in a little bit to talk about more of them. Another timeout. Cade Nelson almost coming up with a steal. Bounces off the Goslings, and it's MG ball down in front of the student section where Max Nelson will do the honors. 12:19 to play, 61-41. The Silver Eagles looking to add to that lead. Silver Eagles' average margin of victory is 20 points to the plus side. That's counting that loss against Stoughton. Ogden in from the right corner, no. Rebound, Corey Stoss. Stoss having a great game. This is Euler, top of the key, guarded by Houston. Silver Eagles have Hepp, Houston. Is that Joey Scalisi? Nope, that's still Caden in there. And a 3-ball for Lauersdorf. His third 3 of the night. Down the floor in a hurry, this is Houston. He'll give it to Caden, who try to drive into the lane. Turn around, give it to Henry for 3, boom. Henry's first 3 of the night, he has 7 points. 64-43. Stoss to Euler up top. And we got a foul on the Silver Eagles under the basket. I think this might be against Sam Hepp or Max Nelson. Who would they call this against? Yeah, second foul against Max. First Silver Eagle with 2 fouls. That'll send Euler to the line for 2. He bangs the first one through. Euler with 5 points. Another free throw coming up. Missing that one. Tipped out of bounds. Yep, they're going to say Ogden knocked it out, and I have to agree. Alec playing a good game tonight, though. Just a few minutes off the bench, and he's got himself 7 points. They loop it in for Tietz. A little alley-oop. Missed it. Rebound by Max Nelson. Max down the floor in a hurry. Right side. Nope. Whip it around into the right corner, or left corner, to Ogden. Ogden driving the baseline and called for the foul. First foul against Alec. Second team foul. We are 11 minutes and 8 seconds to play and an even 20-point MG lead. Euler will bring it up against Max Nelson. Stolen by by Ogden, but thrown back into the hands of the Goslings, who promptly throws it out of bounds. MG ball. Ogden made a nice move to step in and steal that one, but on his momentum carrying him out of bounds, he had to get rid of it in a hurry and couldn't keep it in play. Caden looking for some help now on the right side. He'll try to drive, and he'll draw the foul against number 10, Cade Euler. Second foul against Euler. 6th team foul already against the Goslings. Now some subs for the Silver Eagles. Jaden Nelson in there. I guess he's the only sub who came in. Got Nelson, Houston, Ogden, and Schrockenthaler. Houston inbounding by the MG bench. 5 seconds, he can't get it in. They turn it over to the Goslings. 64-44, 10:44 to play. Tietz bringing it across, guarded by Ogden. Jesuits driving the lane, left side, right-hander for 2. Jesuits hasn't had a bad game. I've got him for 11 points now. So this is Cade Nelson bringing it up for the Silver Eagles, who he had an open 3 there, I thought. He'll take this 3. Can't get it. Rebound Jake for 2. I have Jake for 27. Strong second half. He had 14 in the first half. We're 8 minutes into this half, and he's got another 13. Foltz, Lauersdorf. Tietz inside to Foltz. Back to Tietz for 3. Long. Rebound, Caden Nelson. Caden on the run. Caden is always on the run. Looking for Jaden. Nice play by Foltz. Foltz, another one of those sophomores. Teets down the floor in a hurry, draws the foul and go to the line. Nope, not yet. That's only the third team foul for the Silver Eagles. Foul on Ogden? Yes, his second. This is Teets. Cross court. Jesuits will give it to Foltz up top. 9:24 to play in the game. Jesuits hand it off to Teets, left side. Cross court pass stolen by Henry Houston. Ahead to Caden Nelson. Caden lays up the right-hander for two. Caden with 8. Well off his average, but he's played a nice game. They need him to play some defense against these guys, and he's doing a good job. Jake is picking up the scoring slack tonight. Foltz, top of the key against Jaden. Move it inside to Teets. And they're going to get Ogden for his third foul. Got on the body a little bit there, but if he didn't, it was an easy 2, but that'll send Teets to the line to shoot 2. So, Alec Ogden's third team foul. Teets with 8 points. Chance to add a couple more here. Good on the first one. Trevor Teets, a second-team All-Conference baseball player, both a hitter and a pitcher, batted .365, 4-4 on the mound with a 135 or 155 ERA. Makes them both. He has 10 points. So. Max Nelson into the lane to Houston. Henry will put up the one-hand 8-footer. Ball loose on the floor. Jake down there battling for it. They're going to call a jump ball, and this will go to the Goslings. 8:31 to play, 68-48. The Silver Eagles hanging on to that 20-point lead. Anthony Ellis will come in for Jaden Robinson. Joining Nelson, Trockenthaler, and Tomei. Coach Z working the bench a little bit, getting these guys some good minutes, trying different combinations. Silver Eagles have a lot of good players off the bench. Guys that, on any other team they could be starters. They're scrambling for minutes here because they're so deep. Trockenthaler comes up with the loose ball there. Jake leading the fast break. Now hand off to Tomei trailing. Cross court. Max 3, no, off the front of the rim. Rebound Houston. Out to Jake. No, this is Tomei. Now to Houston. Top of the key. Loop it inside for Jake. Kick it out left side. Tomei for 3. Jimmy! Jimmy with 8 points tonight. 71-48. Silver Eagles averaging just over 80 a game, so well on their way to that. Foltz into the corner to Teets. Teets to the free throw line, fall away jumper. Good. Teets has a nice fall away jumper. Those are hard to defend because, unless you're up on his body, there's nothing you can do to impede that shot at all. 71-50. Tomei called for the travel. I thought it was a nice move at the lane there, the way he made that cutback, but an extra step in there apparently. Houston will take a seat and Hippels come in. Coach Z not going too deep on the bench just yet, but I'm sure we're going to see some of these other guys coming in. Your Scalises, your Nets. Smith throwing it inside to Jesuits. Jesuits gets tied up, or we're going to get a foul on the Silver Eagles. I think they're going to get Jimmy on this one. Yep, Jimmy Tomei called for the foul. His second, 5th team foul. 7:10 to play, a 21-point MG lead. Pass up to Smith on the left elbow. He tries to go drive against Trockenthaler and loses it out of bounds. It's MG ball. 7:05 to play. This one seemingly well in hand, but the Silver Eagles just can't put them away here. 21 is, I believe, the biggest lead they've had, and they've hung there for quite some time. Yep, top of the key. Anthony Ellis, give it off to Jake. Jake inside to Max, knocked out of Max's hand and recovered by Ben Smith of the Goslings. Smith will give it off to Corey Stoss on the left side. Stoss back to Smith. Silver Eagle defense has played pretty well tonight. I'm pleased with how they've handled themselves on the floor. Stoss, a 3 air ball, saved from going out of bounds, but right into the hands of Tomei and Max Nelson. They'll bring it down. This is Max, lays up the floater. No. Picked up by Stoss. Winds his way through the MG defense, lays one up in the lane for 2. Corey Stoss, he's a sophomore to watch. Only 5'9", but he's got a good quick move and a lot of basketball sense. Now Tomei will drive in, try the left-hander, and he draws the foul and will go to the line. Who do they call this on? 24, Ben Smith, his second foul. Max Nelson will sit down and Caden Nelson will come in. 71-52. Tomei can get us back to that 20-point lead again if he can hit one of these two. No, it's a 1-and-1. He's got to hit the first one first. All right, there's your 20-point lead, 72-52 with 6:01 to play. Tomei with a second shot coming up. Tomei 2 out of 3 from the line now. 9 points total on the night. Can get in double figures with this one. I said he's come on strong in the second half. And there it is, double figures for the forward. 3 out of 4 from the line now. And a 73-52 lead. Ben Smith, left side. Nice pass to Haas, right elbow. Up top, Jesuits. Almost thrown away. Smith picks it up, guarded by Hepp. Now we got to reset things here. Haas in the lane, has it slapped away by Ellis. And we get a held ball, and possession will go to the Silver Eagles. Good hustle there by Anthony Ellis. Caden Nelson bringing up for the Silver Eagles. He'll hand off to Sam Hepp, right side, back inside to Jake. Jake, pump, puts it up. One-hander put back for 2. $75-52. And the Goslings throw it away. It's MG ball. Henry Houston coming in for the Silver Eagles. And Teets coming back in for the Goslings. It even says Goslings on their jerseys. The blue is a nice bright blue. The white lettering, it looks good, but it says Goslings across the front. It's their mascot is a happy little duck with a hat on. It's not very intimidating, whereas the Silver Eagles have this ferocious looking bird with sharp talons, like a chicken's talons. Foul fault on Trevor Teets, his second. And that'll send Henry Houston to the line. Henry looking to break into double figures. There's his 8th point of the game. Now, Austin Elmer will come in for Big Jake. Jake will sit down. Let's see, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 points for Jake, I think. Henry hits them both. Henry with 5 points in the second half, 9 overall. Corey Stoss on the right side. Nice give and go there. Foltz can't get it to drop though. Rebound by Ellis. Down the floor and the dunk by Hepp. Sam with a relatively quiet night leading up to that. 4 points total now. Stoss into the lane for 2. Caden thought about the 3. To Ellis, to Houston. They're swinging around to the right to Caden Nelson again. Hayden going to the right corner. Sam Hepp will try the three. Nope, off the rim. Rebound Foles, or Hazy. He'll bring it up. Hazy, one of the other sophomores on the team. No, he's a junior. I was thinking Foles. Fall away Teets, can't get it to drop. Henry Houston with the rebound. Hepp will bring it across on the right side. Cross court pass to Ellis. Anthony will give it to Henry Houston up top. Henry to Caden on the right. Caden driving in from the right side, floats one up there. No. Rebound. Ellis. No. And they're going to call a travel. They could have called a foul. Excuse me, that was Austin Elmer. Isaac Stinson and Kyle Nett coming in. Who else did we get on the floor here? We got three guys out here. Houston, Elmer, Nett, Stinson, and Jaden Robinson. Silver Eagle starters all taking a rest. They've earned it tonight. 3.5 minutes to play in a 79-54 MG lead. This is Foles, the sophomore I was trying to tell you about before. Swing it around to 34. Who's that? 34 is Luke Gifford, just into the game. Errant shot there. Knocked out of bounds by Jaden Robinson. It'll be Watertown ball with 3:12 to play. A 25-point MG lead. 25 points with 3.5 to play. Coach Z feeling pretty confident. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's one Silver Eagle who hasn't scored a basket yet this year, and that is Isaac Stinson. So we're rooting for him. Isaac is now my favorite player on the team. He will win the Amy Johnson Award if he can last until his senior season without making a field goal. Ben Smith for two. That's his first points of the night. Come on, work it around Isaac. Here he is cutting across the baseline to Houston for three. Off the ball, off the rim. Rebound by Gifford. They get it out to Lauersdorf. No, I'm sorry, that's Hazy to Smith. Smith up to Hazy to Foles. Foles to Gifford. MG subs doing a good job on defense too. 79-56, they lead it with 2:18 to play. Stas off the front of the rim, knocks it out of bounds. It's MG ball. Sam Gronsky and number 22, or he is number 22, and number 32, Jordan Bishop in the game. Nett and Houston will take a seat. All right, Isaac Stinson with the ball. Come on, Isaac, put one up. Gronsky missing the three. Bishop fighting for the rebound. Gifford comes up with it for the Goslings. Minute 54 to play. This is why these guys go to practice, to get this a couple minutes of game time here at the end. Gifford, nice fake, walked with it, and they're going to call a foul on the Silver Eagles. Gronsky called for his first foul. Sam, an outstanding linebacker, just a junior, so we'll get to see him both on the football field and hopefully in the basketball court. Kyle Nett came into the game, stolen by Bishop. Take it in, Jordan. Oh, nice pass to Nett. And Kyle lays it up for two. Nets himself a basket. Hazy to Foles. Baseline from the right side for two. Peyton Foles' first basket of the night. Isaac Stinson now with the ball. Gives it back to Nett. To Bishop, to Stinson in the left corner. Dribble in the lane. Come on, put one up. And he draws the foul and a chance to get on the board. Get the camera on Isaac Stinson, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mean to make fun of him because he hasn't scored. He's the guy I'm rooting for tonight. Nice to get everybody in the scorebook at least once this season. Minute 10 to play. Stinson to the line. His first one coming up. A hush falls over the crowd. Oh! Gotta make your free throws, Isaac. Second free throw coming up. All eyes turned to Isaac Stinson. Yes, yes, yes! If you cannot tell, Isaac made his point. And I think I have made mine. A minute to play. It's an 82-58 MG lead, but most importantly, Isaac Stinson got on the scoreboard. And a foul called against the Silver Eagles. That's okay. The important thing is the W. The second most important thing is everybody on the team has scored at least 1 point this year. Someday I'll tell you the tale of Amy Johnson. That was a player who went to practice every day for 3 years, didn't make a basket till her final game of her final year. Oh, that big goober 33, who is that Ty Yankee, makes a free throw. Who really cares at this point now that Isaac scored a point? Tell you, I'm going to beat this to death, David. Yankee, again, who cares? Nobody's rooting for him. Everybody in the crowd rooting for Isaac Stinson. Now hit a three, Isaac. Put it up. Bishop, nice pass. Back to Bish. Kyle Net, three ball. No, he'll give it to Stinson. Go baseline, Isaac. He tries to spin move into the lane, kicks it over to Gronsky. No, that's 34, not Gronsky. Carton Antonson. Carson can't make it drop. Gosling ball, 32 seconds to play in the game. Easy Silver Eagle win here, 82-60 the current score. Almost lost that one out of bounds. Gifford into the lane where he draws the foul. I think they're going to get Carson for this one. Yes, indeed it was Carson's first foul. And that sends Luke Gifford to the line for a couple. 23 seconds remaining. Gifford hits the first. They've had everybody who's come into the game has scored for them tonight. The miss, rebound Gronsky. Stinson bringing it up into the lane, kick it back to net. They're going to let it just expire. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be MG ball with 11 seconds to play. 82-61. The Silver Eagles will go to 13-1. The Watertown Goslings will drop to 6-8 on the season. Monona Grove maintaining that second place in the conference spot behind the team that beat them for the only time this season, the Stoughton Vikings, and there's the buzzer of the Silver Eagles winning it easily, 82-61. A lot of credit, though, to the Goslings as they hung in there. Monona Grove with a big push to start the second half, and the Goslings just couldn't respond. Monona Grove winning their 13th game of the season, led by Jake Schrockenthaler with 30 points. Most importantly, though, the thing to take away here is Isaac Stinson got in the scorebook. Congratulations, Ike. I like to see everybody score. Well, this has been a WVMO production. Thank you so much for watching. Our next game, let's see, Tuesday, January 30th, when the girls take on Fort Atkinson. Teacher Appreciation Night. I hope to have my favorite teacher here. Thank you so much for watching and listening on WVMO LP. This is Steve Martinelli bringing you Silver Eagle basketball. Again, the Silver Eagles victorious tonight over the Watertown Goslings, 82-61. Good night and drive safely.